Okay, boys and girls, so to start out with your self-portrait, you're going to make a big oval in the middle of your paper. So you want it to be pretty big. I would suggest using your finger to trace it before you draw with your pencil, just a few times so you know how big it should be. Don't make it any smaller than what I'm showing you here. Make it nice and big. You don't want it to fill the paper, but you want to have a little bit of room on each side and a little bit of room at the top. So then take your pencil and you want to draw very lightly. So you want to be able to erase it if you need to. We're going to be going over it with Sharpie. So one thing I saw that you can do is you could just draw really lightly on your hand so that you can feel how lightly to draw. You don't want it to make a mark. You want it to be super light. And then when you go to your paper, it's going to be nice and light. So draw a nice oval, nice and light. Okay? And that's going to be your head or your face. Once you do that, you're going to go ahead down and you're going to do 2 vertical lines for your neck. You don't want them to go all the way to the bottom because we have to have your shoulders. So just do 2 based on about how far down it is from your, on your paper. You want to draw 2 vertical lines and you want them to be slightly curved outward so that your neck looks kind of cylindrical, like 3D. Okay, if it's up higher, when you do your shoulders, they'll be a little bigger than this. But if it's like this, you're gonna go from here, the corner of your neck, to the edge of your paper. Your shoulders shouldn't go out. They should go almost diagonal. So if you put your pencil here, you'll see, like diagonal. So one on that side, one on that side. And I want them to look pretty even. Okay, so next I'm going to connect the bottom of the neck in a nice curved line. So I'm going to go across, down, and then back up. So now it looks kind of 3D, right? So as soon as I do these, now I'm going to start doing my face. Now, what I want to do first is I'm going to take a Sharpie to outline these things so then you can see them really well, but for the face, I'm still going to be using pencil. So I'm going to go ahead and outline the lines I want to keep. If you don't have a Sharpie, so this would go for everybody. If you don't have a Sharpie, you can use a black crayon. Well, anyways, you would have a black crayon and you can outline with a black crayon, or you don't outline until the end. If you want, you could outline with an oil pastel. But if you're going to use any like marker or crayon to color, then you can Sharpie your outlines if you have it. Erase. So you're going to want to draw some guidelines for the placement of your face. So very, very lightly with your pencil, draw a line straight down from the top to the bottom. Very lightly, because you want to erase this at the end. Then you're going to draw another straight line across the middle for the eyes. Okay, so now you got a straight line. This line's a little off. For the eyes. Eyes are going to go in the center here. So what you want to do is go about finger space out, and then you're going to draw a curved line up and over. Okay, and then you're going to want to draw, kind of measure with your fingers from one side to the other, keep them together, put them here because you want like an eye space between them. So make a little line, and then this is where the other eye is going to go. And if you want, you could even keep your measurement. Did I mess it up? Let me see. To here. So I want to try to make them the same or symmetrical. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to do the bottom. So this is going to be like the white part of my eye. So next, I'm going to draw the iris, which is the colored part of your eye. This is going to be a big circle, and it could be partly like underneath your eyelid, so it doesn't have to be the whole complete circle. So there's my iris. And that's the colored part of your eye. And then we're going to do the pupils, which is the part of your eye where you can see with the black center dot. And the pupil can change sizes, but you want it to be centered in the middle of the circle. You want them to be the same size. Okay, so next I'm going to do my eyebrows. So I'm going to go up and back down. And you want to make these kind of a shape rather than a line. So now I'm going to divide this space from the middle where the eye line is to the chin in half. So that's about here. I'm going to draw a line going straight across. And this is going to be for the bottom of the nose. But I'm also going to draw the nose from about here going out. So it's going to be the side of the nose. Okay? Once you get your nose shape, then you're going to do the mouth. And the mouth is divided between your chin and the bottom of the nose. You're going to want to divide that in half. And this is usually where I say the bottom of the mouth is. But if you want the mouth to be open, then it can be a little different. So I'm going to do a line with the smile. Okay, and then I'm going to do the top lip. And you can use a mirror to look at your own features if you want to make them close to your own features. And then I could do this for the bottom lip, or if I want it to be smiling, then I could draw one more curve underneath that for the bottom lip, and this can be the teeth. So now I've got my mouth, my nose, my eyes, my eyebrows. So, oh, I wanted to add eyelashes. I'm going to be adding a bangs right here. So let's see, if we're outlining, this shouldn't be outlined here. If this was a boy, let's see, if this was a boy, let's see how this would go. So here I forgot to add the ears. So the ears go between the line for the eyes and the bottom of the nose line. So in between the corner of the eye and the bottom of the nose, that's where you're going to draw the ears. And they should be kind of like a skinny C shape and then like a backward C shape. So they shouldn't be sticking out like a half circle. They should be really narrow and pretty close to the head. So just look at the shape I did here as an example for the shape that you could use for yourself. So now I'm finishing adding the hair. I'm adding it kind of around that outlined oval for the face, and that's why it's really important that you shouldn't outline anything until the end. I think it was helpful to see the outline shape at first just because it's a lot darker, so it's easier on the camera, but for you, definitely don't outline until you're totally done drawing everything, at least for like the face and the hair and the ears and everything. So here I'm going to finish up drawing, and then I'm erasing my pencil marks. And as I go, I'm going to be adding more details, sharpieing, and erasing. Romero Britto always has some interesting patterns on his portraits. On one of them, I saw like a star on someone's face or a circle. They could have lines in it. So he uses a ton of patterns and shapes in his artwork. So I'm going to go ahead and add some patterns and shapes to the face, what I have here. And then I'm going to be dividing out the background using just diagonal straight lines. So they don't have to be, exact. They don't have to be coming from the center or anything. They just have to be diagonal straight lines. So they could be any direction really, okay? And I'm only going to do a few. I'm not going to do a ton. So I'll have like one section here, one here, one here, one here. So maybe 4 or 5 or even 3 divisions in the background.